Hey there.
Hi.
Welcome to episode 2 of Souls in Sync.
Yes.
Did you forget the name already?
It's getting
Becoming more normal.
yeah, exactly right.
Okay. Well,
But I do like it.
Yes, me too.
Yeah, I think it works.
Yeah. And we're really excited that you're here. And on today's episode, I really want to dive in and ask you some questions about the music world. I'm dying to know what it was like working with some of these amazing singers. And what was your first gig? How did you get your first gig?
Yeah, but we have to exchange because I have a ton of questions for you as well.
Sure.
Okay, awesome. So my first gig was, let me take you back. No, take you back to, I might be punch drunk, I might need coffee. My senior year in college.
Where'd you go again?
I went to Berklee College of Music.
Okay.
Shout out to Berklee College.
Yeah.
And my roommate for 3 of the 4 years is a woman named Layla Hathaway. And great singer. She's still around doing her thing. She's winning Grammys, doing all these kind of things. Really great things. But our senior year, during spring break, she invited me to join her to go out to LA. My first time out in LA. And like the first time you go out to LA, LA has a very particular smell.
Yeah.
Right?
For sure.
Like, and I don't mean like good, bad, or different, but
No,
it's
just
like
excitement.
like the same smell like a dentist's office. Like all dentist offices smell the same to me. California or LA has this particular smell, and
But
I'll
not like a
never
dentist's
forget
office.
it. Definitely not like a dentist's office. Thank God.
But its own
Its
scent.
own, yes, its own scent. So, anyway, I remember that distinctly. My first time in LA, we get off and we go to the. She basically what's happening is she's getting signed to a record deal.
Wow.
At Virgin Records, and I think they wanted to label her something like the diva in blue jeans. You know, she was going to be like young, but like soulful and like just a diva in blue jeans, and Virgin Records. So we go out there and she gets signed. It's so cool and it's so exciting, and that she even invited me along for that journey was like super cool. Maybe she wanted like an emotional support human with her, but I was really honored to be like the emotional support human with her.
But how did she get discovered? Like, how did she get
Well,
that?
her dad is a very famous soul singer from the 70s, Donny Hathaway.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Where is the love?
Oh, yeah.
you said you gave
Yeah.
to me? And so many other songs.
Yeah.
This Christmas. Do you know
Okay.
that song?
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
So,
So that's her dad.
she is,
Okay.
his firstborn. And so, but she just, on her own, she just has this thing.
Yeah.
So anyway,
She
she gets signed.
Yeah.
The next week, Paul Abdul gets signed to
Wow.
Virgin and eats up all the money, and so Layla doesn't get that money and whatever. And let Layla have a podcast, and she could tell you her story. But so anyway, we come back. Now she has this deal. She makes a recording. She makes an album because albums were happening, CDs were happening too.
Yeah.
She makes this recording, and they're like, now we're graduating, right? We graduate that spring, and she's going to go out on tour. And the record label is like, we're going to get you the best band, this band called the Yellow Jackets. They're going to back you up, and we're going to put you out on the road and all this stuff. And she's like, definitely yes to the tour thing, but I want to pick my band.
So cool.
And so what she picks is a whole bunch of friends that had just graduated college.
Wow. What
So
an
it's like,
opportunity.
oh
It's
my
amazing.
God, it was, I mean, like the most generous, what a gift
Yeah. That's
to
so
do
great.
that. I mean, she just put,
Handpicked them.
yeah, it was like, and the band was big.
Wow.
So it was probably maybe 8 of us. And
Wow.
so essentially, she gave 8 of us our start
That's
in the
amazing.
industry. Yeah.
How
She
great.
cracked that door open and just let us all sneak in behind her.
That's so great.
Yeah. It
And
was
how long
really,
did-
really special.
How long did you guys sing together?
And so then we toured for a little bit. Maybe we did like 2 tours or something. I don't remember that, but probably a year and a half
Okay. Wow.
in total. Doing sort of different tours.
Yeah.
One of them was we opened up for Al Jarreau, and
Another
then
huge name.
yeah, and at the time he was
Yeah.
he was doing all sorts of things and he was just amazing.
Yeah.
So we opened up for Al Jarreau, and then Layla was ready to go back into the studio.
Yeah.
So she didn't need her singers. There was me and 2 other singers,
Okay.
Jeff Ramsey and Sharon Young.
Mm.
And yeah, and so Al Jarreau was like, well, I need singers because I'm going out on tour, and would you join me?
Oh my gosh.
And
how
so so that's where it kind of rolled on from there.
Wow.
And I stayed with Al until I was asked to audition for Janet's tour.
Oh my gosh.
And now we're getting closer to having that near miss
Yeah,
like
we almost
moment, right?
intersected.
Yeah.
That's
so
so
that's
cool.
probably like 92, I would say,
Okay.
is when I got asked to audition for Janet,
And what was that like?
and that was terrifying.
Yeah.
But
can imagine.
they sort of prepped you. They gave us maybe 4 songs.
Okay.
These are the 4 songs that you're gonna audition with.
Right.
And also, I think to save time, what they did was they put us in sections,
Mm-hmm.
right? What they thought, okay, Janet's saying, I want 2 women and a man,
Yeah.
or whatever. I want 3 singers. And so
Right.
the music director, who's Patrice Rushen at the time, shout out to Patrice. She put like these groups of 3 together.
Okay.
And we had a little bit of time to prepare. So we did, me and the other 2 singers, we got together and we, picked out our parts and like worked on the harmonies and did
So
all that
great.
stuff. And,
Yeah.
and so it came in time for the audition, and we went in and auditioned. And I remember it was Patrice Rushen, who I had met before, worked with before, done some work with her before.
Yeah.
And Patrice, sending you forget me not.
Oh wow. She
That's her.
sings as well. Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
So anyway, so Patrice is there.
Yeah.
There might be a keyboard player there. I don't really remember that part about it.
Okay.
Maybe it was a tape recording and we're just going to sing along to it.
Okay.
But in walks Janet, and she's got
Oh my
a baseball
gosh.
hat like down to here,
She
but
actually
you
was at
it's
the
her.
audition. So cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
She's at the audition and she's sitting in a little chair, probably maybe a little bit further away from where we are, but
Wow.
close.
Yeah.
Head down, and this is Janet. Patrice says this is Janet. And
Wow.
okay.
And your heart's
so
beating
it's
how
like,
fast?
oh my God, like, oh my God, okay.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
Imagine.
So we.
I mean, not that the others weren't famous in their own right,
Yeah.
but to meet Janet Jackson.
well,
in that
and
moment.
also like, Al was like, just join me.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess if I was horrible, he would have been like, now you can leave.
Right.
But this Janet one was like,
audition.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, so we sing our songs, and she's like, she's talking to Patrice about whatever, and so Patrice says to us, okay, now Janet would like you to each sing a song, just a cappella on your own, a song of your choosing,
Oh my gosh.
which we didn't know. Like, we were prepped for the audition, but we
Right.
didn't know that was a little extra something.
Yeah.
So you're like, oh my God, what am I going to sing? Well, I have my lucky bracelet on. And I have to drink more.
Your lucky bracelet on. What is
I
that?
have my lucky bracelet. I didn't even know what it was, a piece of
Okay.
wood.
Okay.
Excuse me. Oh man, I'm choking up
Do you need more water?
because it's so sad. No, it's not. It's near tragic though.
Oh, okay.
So I have my lucky bracelet. This singer sings, does great. This singer sings, does great. I go to sing. My lucky bracelet breaks
Oh, geez, not so lucky.
and spills all over the floor.
Spills. What was it? Beads?
It was
Oh,
hematite.
beads. Okay.
It was hematite
Okay.
because they rolled everywhere.
Oh my gosh, embarrassing.
Right.
I mean, happens to the best of us.
So, thank you.
So
This is dying. Where were you during
she's
this?
not really
while
crying about
I
it.
gather
She's
myself.
just coughing.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden the beads go everywhere.
So the
and-
beads go everywhere.
Yeah.
And as I'm rushing down to collect them, because I don't know what else I'm supposed to do, I look up. Janet, with her head down, is just shaking her head.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
And I'm thinking, okay, I'm done.
Oh,
But-
that's terrible.
Anyway,
Yeah.
I pick a song. I sing this song.
What song did you pick?
I picked a song that I wrote
Wow.
because I figured
Yeah.
then I could mess up the words and
Yeah.
the melody, and I can mess it all up and
Right.
nobody will know because
She
it's my
wouldn't know.
song.
Yeah.
That's like That's trick of the trade there.
Right. That's amazing.
Put that one in your pocket.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I sang a song that I did.
That's
and
so nice.
but I was so nervous. Anyway, so that's the end. Thank you very
Clearly,
much.
she got it, so it didn't matter.
Yeah, got a
Beads
call
and
that
everything.
night. Broken
Wow.
beads and everything. So hematite, right? A lot of times they say when it breaks, it's because it's like done its
Moment.
work.
Yeah.
So
That's it. Well, it certainly
thank
did
you,
its
broken
work.
hematite. Yeah.
So the lucky bracelet actually did bring luck.
Yeah.
It didn't, just break and then cause embarrassment.
No.
That's amazing.
And so that was probably the spring, like late, maybe this time, May, June of 92.
Okay.
Okay, so where are you? It's May, June of 92. Now you graduated.
I finished the PAGE program.
You
That
finished
was-
the PAGE program.
Yeah, that was 1990. Then I got a job working at a small ad agency. I was like a associate producer at a place called Smash, and then
Was that your first production job?
Well, I stayed at NBC for a while, actually,
Okay.
to back up just a little. I did some work there as a production assistant, and one of the women that I worked for started her own company, and then I followed them.
Did you ever like have to edit out somebody who had a runny nose? Like cut? No.
There's
Anyway,
all kinds of times you have to
we're
cut.
good. Okay.
Show must go on. But what I want to know is what was it like from your side? Because as a page,
Yeah.
one of the assignments that I had was for Saturday Night Live.
Uh-huh.
And even as just a page standing on the stage of Saturday Night Live, it's just so iconic for
Yeah.
our generation.
Yeah.
And I can't even imagine what it was like from your point of view on the music stage singing.
Mm-hmm.
What was that like at Saturday Night Live?
I mean, Saturday Night Live is iconic.
Yeah.
I mean, same thing, right? Just even, it's like hallowed halls, like walking around
Yeah.
there and just knowing, I mean, we grew up with that,
Yeah.
So many
how did
people
it
grew up with that.
Feel that must have been.
I mean, it was amazing. It was actually like, we did this song, I think we sang Anytime, Any Place. I don't know what we sang, but I think it was the first time I had sat in a makeup chair and had wardrobe and did all that stuff,
So cool.
I mean, the tour
Yeah.
had that kind of thing, but
Yeah.
not like with that feeling that
Right.
you're, getting ready to do something
Showbiz.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so great.
I think it was the first time I got my brows threaded, like things like that. But yeah, it was like electric and
That's amazing.
not surprisingly not terrifying.
Uh-huh.
So I say this a lot in music therapy when I'm working with clients. Like that energy that is anxiety is the same energy that is excitement,
Yeah,
right? And if you
exactly.
can just sort of harness that energy,
Right. And kind of shift your perception of it,
yeah,
that you're excited instead of nervous.
yeah,
Yeah. That's amazing.
then you can channel that energy,
Yeah.
right? So yeah, was I super energized? Absolutely, like really revved up, but was able to sort of harness it
Right.
and use it for
Right.
performance.
That's so
right?
great. Wow. So
Which
you were
is really
doing
great.
some regulating of your energy when you didn't even know the terminology
Yeah,
or what it was that you were doing.
Yes,
so cool.
absolutely, yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Wow. And so then from Janet, you had like a host of others. Was it Tina Turner after that or Cher?
Yeah, then it was Janet, and then I went to work with Joe Cocker.
Okay.
Big shout out to Roger Davies, who hooked me up for like the rest of the 30 years, who was the manager for Janet at the time, at the end of her tour
Okay.
in 95. He also managed Joe Cocker, and he managed Sade, and he managed Tina Turner, and he managed
wow.
Cher, and
Just a few small names.
yeah,
just
he's
just
the
a
one. Mhm. So
That's
yeah, so
amazing.
he, I went to work with Joe Cocker for a little while, went back to work with Janet for a little while, and then worked with Cher for a while, and then
Wow.
yeah, I worked with Tina, and then worked with Cher, and then worked with Pink, and then worked with Cher, and then worked with Pink. and-
amazing.
yeah.
So that's just amazing. And what I think is, I mean, I'm in awe of like a backup singer who can sing so many different styles like that. I think that that's amazing. And you shared off camera when we were talking that even though you sang for all these different people, you never really had the desire to be like the main event, like the
Right.
actual. You even told me something about. Tell us that story about like Janet and how you felt that
Yeah, I
sadness.
mean, like, you know, here's this young woman. I mean, I think she's 2 years older than me. And
Yeah.
I was living my life. I mean, I was like, you know, had my first apartment on my own. You know, I was probably early 20s.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you're doing everything for the first time on your own.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really empowering. And imagine then on like a scale of like, I'm Janet Jackson and I'm doing all this, selling out arenas everywhere, you know, like top albums, like top videos when videos meant something, and like all this stuff, you know?
Which sounds amazing.
Yeah, which is amazing, and that she generated from her own dreams, desires, and then hard work and perseverance, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you know, even it doesn't matter that she has a legacy name.
Right.
Like, she was, you know, she has to do that on her own,
Yeah.
and she did, and was really huge at the time. And so we'd be out on the road, and I'd think like, oh my God, we have a day off, and I'm gonna go out and, you know, go to a club or like whatever in some really cool town. I'm gonna see some great sights, and she didn't really have that luxury because
Right.
she was Janet Jackson and didn't have the freedom to like pop in at a movie theater or like walk in a mall or like,
Right.
you know, what, just any of the things.
They'd cause a scene. It would be a very different vibe.
Any of the things that either might be like, I mean, I guess if you were in a town, you could go somewhere, you know, the promoter might help you go check out a really special location in a special city.
Sure.
And then you could do that in this sort of isolated,
Yeah.
you know, protected sort of scenario. But
With the right people.
yeah, but you know, if you were kind of like, oh, I want an ice cream, like you're not really just walking down the street and getting an ice cream. I mean, you're just not really doing that. Some
Yeah.
artists do, but she was not able to do that. And I used to just think like, what a huge sacrifice
Yeah.
that is, you know?
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
And did that make you feel like, you know, here you were, a backup singer who many of them probably have dreams or aspirations to be the main event? You know?
Yeah.
Did it make you feel like, nah, I'm okay. I just
Yeah,
want
I mean, you know, as kids, right, we're like, I'm gonna be a rock star,
Yeah.
right? And you're singing and you're like, I'm gonna be this thing. And yeah, and then when I started to see how they lived, I mean, you know, good Lord, they live lavish lives, but
Right.
but at what cost? Like, what's the sacrifice? And
Yeah.
I realized that was too great a sacrifice for me. Plus, it sort of took away from the meaning of the music. I felt like, you know, if you're doing all that work to like promote and sell, and like, where's the music fit in all of that?
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, that's amazing.
And so yeah, so I realized very quickly that was not the ultimate goal for me.
Wow. And you said before that when you auditioned for Janet, you sang one of your own songs.
Yeah.
So how much, like, you know, songwriting have you done? I think that's amazing.
Not too much.
No?
You've done songwriting.
Yeah,
you write
but,
songs.
But not to sing on a stage. I mean, write songs for like a promo or write songs for one of my Reiki programs, but
A television show.
television, yeah.
Mhm.
But to sing a song that you've written, did you ever get to like perform that as a solo artist? Okay.
No. I had Tina Turner at one point was like, Stacey, you need to use this tour as a springboard to launch your solo career. And I was like, okay. And she's Tina Turner, so like you say, okay.
Yeah.
And so I put together a demo, and one of those, like, used one of those songs and some other songs that I had written.
Yeah.
And like very half-assed, like, put it out there because I was really only doing it for her because she told me to. But otherwise, I really didn't want to. I didn't want that. I mean, I enjoy making music. I'm not the greatest songwriter.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
I enjoy making music, but yeah, not in that.
Well, of course, you'll sing
Not
one of your
as
songs for
product.
us at one point.
Will I?
Yes, and
Or
in
will
fact,
she?
if I work on her, perhaps she'll sing us the song that
Ooh.
she tried out for Janet Jackson.
Wow.
And we don't have to have the sound effect of all the beads dropping, right? We could just imagine that part and get right into the song. So we're gonna hold you to that.
That's
we're gonna
funny.
sing that song.
Okay, I'll have to figure it out.
Yeah,
I will
that's amazing.
figure it out.
So that's something to look forward to in a future episode. And I hear you on that whole thing with, you know, a celebrity, how it sounds so glamorous and it seems like it would be amazing. And it's funny too, like it's like the way that we learn to treat celebrities. Like, you know, sometimes when you're a kid, you think you feel like starstruck, or you feel, I mean, I remember the very first time as a page at NBC, they said to me, "Oh, Vicky, you know, there's a limo and you're going to have to take this limo and go pick up Chuck Scarborough." And like, I was like, Chuck Scarborough?
Chuck Scarborough.
And like, to me, I was like, our whole childhood, he's the one delivering the news, you know, the local news. And Chuck Scarborough was going to be in the limo with me. And I remember it was just, you know, he got in the limo, totally normal, and he was kind of coughing, just like Stacey was a little while ago. And I felt really bad because, you know, there was no water for him. And I just reached in my bag and I was like, "Would you like a lifesaver?" And I went to hand him my pack of lifesavers and my hand was like shaking. And he was like, "Sure." And he put it in his mouth and I was like, "I just gave a lifesaver to Chuck Scott." But like those moments of like, what? You gave a lifesaver to someone who needed one, you know? And it's like, it reminds me of a story from my childhood. Like when I was like, I think it was like 14 or 15, my dad took us to a horse show in the Hamptons and we were at a table. And my mom, her whole life, like since she was a teenager, was a huge Beatles fan. Her favorite Beatle was Paul McCartney. And we're sitting under the tent at this table, and all of a sudden, Paul McCartney and his wife, Linda McCartney, walk in. Wow. And my mother immediately recognizes him. And as he's walking to the table, she's like, "Would you like to sit here?" And he sits down with Linda, and suddenly it's like Paul McCartney and his wife are with me and my dad and my mom and my sister. And my mother turns to me, because my brother was a huge Beatles fan, and she says, "Go get your brother." Like, it was like an order. And so there were no cell phones. It wasn't like I could text him and be like, "Hey, Greg, where are you?" I had to literally like run around the horse show grounds, find my brother, bring him to the tent. And as I'm bringing him, I said, "Greg, Paul McCartney's at our table." And I looked down, my brother has those belt buckles that were big in like that time where like it would say like the Doors or the Beatles.
Oh, yeah.
And he's wearing this Beatles belt buckle, and he comes in, he sits down, and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, this is crazy." And my mother made sure that Paul McCartney felt as if he was completely normal. Like sitting at the table, she was like, you know, talking to him about the horse show and which horses he should root for. And she was like as cool as a cucumber. And at the end of the show, he turned to my mother and he said, "Thank you so much for letting me have this day." And that always stayed with me, like letting me have this day. Like you think that they could just have anything and do anything. And a simple, you know, day being a spectator like that meant everything. And then as he was getting up to leave, of course, you saw all the hundreds of people who had been staring the whole time thinking, "Is that him? Is that?" And they're all rushing him for autographs and stuff. But when I later on worked at Saturday Night Live and as a page and worked with, you know, some of these big stars, it was always kind of something in the back of my mind. Like, they're just people, treat them like people, just let them, and of course, it's like, you know, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. Your celebrity or all of that. It's like we should respect what gifts that person is giving to the world and give them the simple gift of respecting them and allowing them to have that kind of normal life. But,
I like that.
You know, it's just, it's unfortunate that people want to kind of jump in on that and they just kind of end up taking from the person rather than offering them something simple that they would appreciate. But it was just a funny story that stayed with me, you know, and you'd think when I would meet Chuck Scarborough I would have been cool like my mom was, but meanwhile my hand gave me away, you know, the shaking lifesaver. But
yeah,
funny.
Just even that recognition, right, that
yeah,
they're just people. And like, it was always very important to me to really convey, like, even on stage, like, we're just all here together. Right? That the stage is up here does not put me in any sort of space that is above anything.
Right.
And it was always very important to me to interact with people in the audience, like, that we are together in this experience. And, you know, I mean, you know, now the time has gone on and I've been working with music therapy. I came across this really interesting reading that was kind of like this idea that sort of with the advent of like video and like superstardom, that it kind of made music like elitist in the sense that like, oh, and people are like, oh no, I can't sing.
Right.
Oh no,
Yeah.
I can't sing like that, and then you wouldn't even try.
Yeah.
But music is for everybody.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, we're going to be doing some singing here. We're going to be sharing songs together. We're going to be harmonizing together. We're going to be doing a lot of stuff like that. We're going to be exploring all kinds of different things musically. But I just, I think it's really important to understand that, like, music is everybody's.
Yeah. Everyone has a song in them.
Everybody does. Yeah.
And whether it's like, even when I do Reiki and I'm clearing someone's like stuck energy and they've been feeling like maybe down or blue or stuck, and then you get to this point where they're leaving the session and they feel like, oh, I feel so much better. It's not really about like, oh, great, well, the next time you feel that way, come back and we'll do it again. It's like giving them tools to stay in that vibration as long as they can. And one of the huge tools that I always tell people is listen to your favorite song. Take 5 minutes each day. If you're leaving here and you're feeling like, oh, I was able to clear out some of the crap that's been like bogging me down. It's like make time for joy. And music is like an instant gratifying connection to that vibration of joy. You listen to your favorite song, you can't help but just like feel your body move or feel the lyrics that coming out of your voice, and suddenly you feel better. You drop into that moment of joy. And music is such a gift in that way. That it's definitely an amazing healing tool that can be used with Reiki or any healing modality, and can be used on its own in your type of therapy, where it's just the music is the therapy, and it's all that whole idea of like vibration and frequency that's moving through you.
Right? Just remembering. I mean, like, you listen to a song from your childhood, right? And you can almost go there, right? You could be in that space, and you could feel the weather, and like, you know what I mean? You know what's happening, and whether or not it aligns with whatever story in your life that's happening, you could still put yourself there. It's like this way to sort of remember, like,
and speaking
who
of,
we are and what's moving us.
Even
right?
the songs, like some of the songs we sang together, like in high school, the minute I said to Marissa, hey Marissa, shout out. We could do shout outs without last names, right? But I said to Marissa, who's still one of my very close friends from high school and has put up with me all these years, I said, oh, you're not going to believe this, but I ran into Stacey Campbell. She reached out to me and we got together and blah, blah, blah. And she said, remember when we sang Danny Boy? Like, she instantly remembered the song that we sang. And I think it's like the three of us sang it as like a trio, you know, and it was like immediately I was like, oh, Danny Boy, the pipes are calling. Like, my part was like the alto one, and it was like,
wow, I actually remember that harmony.
Yeah, and it was just so beautiful that like immediately, the minute I said your name, Marissa's like, Danny Boy, and she's Vocal Vikings, Danny Boy. Like, it's
and there
so
you
true.
are, right?
It's like the things, then the whole rest of the day I'm singing Danny Boy in my kitchen, and I'm like, thanks, Marissa. But it's so true. It's like you remember the song and the moment, and it lives in you. So I love that. So for sure, I have to say that on the last episode when we had sang, we had that moment together, and or we recorded it before the episode. But whenever we did it, it was the same day we recorded. It was funny because I thought the same thing, that I was going to feel nervous or it was going to feel strange, and it immediately was like we were dropping in back in
it totally
high school.
Felt like that. Yeah,
and it was really crazy. And a beautiful experience. So
yeah, I agree.
Still riding that vibe.
And it's interesting. The last thing with that is that like it was a song that we've never sung before. But energetically, it was that feeling of like, oh, we've done this.
Yeah, exactly.
We've been together in this space before, right? In this musical space, and I mean, like, You'll see if you watch the video, like that whole swaying thing that was so wild.
It was funny.
Yeah.
And it was what was funny too was previously to recording, Stacy had reached out in a text and just said, "Hey, what do you think of this song?" And she sent me the song. And initially I was like, this song's kind of sad. And like, this is like this new exciting podcast and I don't know if we want to be singing something sad. And when we sang it together, it wasn't sad at all. It was like it was beautiful, and it felt like empowering. Like the lyrics, "I'm ready," and singing over and over, "I'm ready, I'm ready." It just felt like, yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah.
It's like that. It just felt really like in my bones.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
It was really nice. So, like we said, stories, energy healing, songs. This is the place where you're gonna join us and hear more of those, and also what we're up to and the different programs that we're creating together. And we're really glad you were here for episode 2. We'll see you next time.
Yeah. Come back. Or not.
Oh, come back.
No, come back.